Hey, what's going on, everybody? DJ V, that is Vincent Irving, aka DJ V. That's on YouTube. I'm saying that because I appreciate all the people who have been subscribing to the channel. Also, if you have any great stories from the past, the present, and even the future, if you've been involved in entertainment any kind of way, whether you took pictures, you promoted, you DJ'd, you danced, you did such and such and whatnot, whatever that may be, please get in contact with me. It's so easy to do. Vincent Irving, Vincent D. Irving on Facebook if you need to. And you can always YouTube Vincent Irving, aka DJ V. We've got some great things coming your way. I did that for a reason, because this great interview that's coming up very, very soon, DJ Magic Hike. He knows what that means, and you're gonna find out too. Please stay tuned, because he gave me a lot of work to do. The names that he dropped. Jamel Jones also, my goodness gracious, she was a worldwide dancer, but her story is even bigger. So once again, we're documenting all talent within the Midwest, specifically Kansas City, but we're going beyond that too. You want to find out about those who have done some things in the entertainment business, please give us a shout out. Vincent Irving, aka DJ V. DJs in entertainment. Boom, boom, coming your way. Here, DJ Hype, the incredible. Man, how did you get your name? How did it?
Well, Hakeem Atwood, aka Mr. Move the Crowd, aka DJ Hike. Back in the day, I had different names. I was X-Man, I was the Mailman, but none of those names would stick. So, like, my mom would always call me Hike. So I was just like, well, let that go ahead and be my DJ name, since, you know, all the other names wouldn't stick. Like I said, I was the X-Man at one point in time. I was the Mailman because I deliver. I had punchlines and everything with it. But none of those names stuck with me, so I just stuck with Hype.
What year was that?
That was definitely back in the 80s. I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We moved here in '88. My mom met my stepdad. He was in the Navy, at the Naval Yard in Philly, and my mom used to work in the kitchen. You know, they met each other, obviously they got married, and that's how we moved here. He's from Kansas City, Kansas at that, 913. So we've been here since '88, so I'm KC plus 215 Philly all together.
Beautiful, beautiful. How did you first fall in love with hip hop?
Oh man, like I said, that's easy for me. With us being from Philly, from the East Coast, and that era of life that I was in, that was like the good times era, you know, the 70s, 80s. You know, I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 70s through the 80s through the 90s. So East Coast, it was just hip hop everywhere, you know, food stamps, powdered milk, hard cheese, you know, that's the era I'm from, you know what I mean? Back when kids used to actually get whoopings.
Yeah.
You know, back when
you
kids
date yourself, man.
Yeah, when they actually get whoopings, now it's completely different. But like you say, my cousin Mark, he really introduced me to DJing back in the day. He had some turntables. I remember I was little. I probably had to be like 5 or 6. And he was in his bedroom practicing, and he was like, you know, touch it, you know. And I was kind of scared to touch the turntable because I didn't want to mess it up. So then from there, with us being from South Philly, 5th Street to 23rd Street, Jazzy Jeff, one of my, you know, mentors that I like, you know, he was like one of the DJs within the area, Cash Money as well, but I pretty much remember Jazzy Jeff. He used to do block parties. So I remember, like you say, back being little, you know, my mom back in the day, don't leave this porch, don't leave this area.
Right.
And he threw a big block party, man. I had to leave the porch. I had to leave the area because I wanted to see what the whole phenomenon was about. I wanted to see what this whole thing was about. And, you know, it was beautiful. He set up, you know, had his equipment in his car, had some homeboys with him. They set up his equipment, set up the speakers, he set up the turntables. He was rocking that like a neighborhood block.
Wow.
And
so DJ Jazzy Jeff, that's where it starts for you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. Branding. That's it. Pump it out. I normally wait till the end, but we might as well do it now, man. How can we get in contact with DJ? Can you turn around again, man? DJ Hype, Mr. Move the Crowd. How we get in contact with you?
For sure, Facebook, Hakeem Atwood. And then my phone number, 913-219-3451. And then DJ Hike KC913 at gmail.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yep. So anyway, we normally do that at the end, but since you poked the brand, we got to, hey, it's all about the DJ. We want to find out, what has been your favorite event of all times?
Okay, I done played and did so much, but it's always a particular story that I always tell. So back in, what was it, 97 in Lawrence at the Granada. This was during the Flavor Pack era. Shout out Danny Girl, Gear Scribe, Jeremy. They used to throw a lot of hip-hop parties. And they used to also get like the locals, like myself. I was in a rap group called the Lollipop Kids. I was the DJ. Papa Cal was the main MC and the producer. Then my sister Mika Meek, she was one of the MCs too. So we kind of patterned ourselves after the Fugees and kind of like Outkast at the time, because it's like around the time when Outkast was bubbling too. So we got to open up for Queen Latifah, Goody Mob, and Fugees. So this was like, you say, right around when they got big. This is when they did the song Nappy Roots. Goody Mob did Cell Therapy. Queen Latifah, Unity. So it was like around that era of the songs and whatnot. So we actually got to open up for the show. So after the show was over, you know, we got to watch everybody perform. Obviously, it was our first time seeing the Fugees, and they really took to us because they killed the show. I mean, everybody, Queen Latifah did her thing, Goody Mob did their thing, but Fugees really killed the show. And like I said, this was the birth of the Fugees. Right. So at the end of the show, me and Mika, we was, I want to say, I forgot how it went. We was backstage, you know, seeing everybody, introducing ourselves, you know, passing out our cards at the time. You know how that goes, trying to get to connect so we can be the next person or next group to get put on. So we ran into Lauryn Hill, and Lauryn, my cousin Papa Cal, he's my cousin as well, he was like bigging her up during her whole show, and at one point in time, she was like rapping to him. So at the end of the show, when me and Mika was back there meeting everybody, Lauryn came up to us and she was like, well, where's the other guy at that was, you know, bigging me up? Because I wanted to, you know, tell him thank you for bigging me up. So at the time, Calvin, you know, Papa Cal, he's on the other side of the arena, you know, smoking a blunt with Wyclef and Prize. So then, you know, me and Mika try to find, you know, Pop so he can get to see Lauryn. So by the time we found him, Lauryn got back on her tour bus and she went on the left. So the moral of the story is we kept on joking with Pop, saying that, Pop, you could have been one of her baby daddies. You could have been her first baby daddy, but you was too busy, you know, chiefing with Wyclef and Prize, and she, you know, left the building.
Beautiful.
So you could have been the first baby daddy of hers.
Wow, and he missed out on an opportunity. Yes, and so did I.
Yes, did.
With that story, man, you mentioned a name, and you said Danny Girl. Danny Girl's history lies within Seven Heaven Music Store. Am I correct?
That's right. Queen of hip hop here.
Wow. Gee whiz, how we connected.
I'm telling you.
Because I remember spending a lot of time in Seven Heaven. Shout out to Seven Heaven. That was the record heaven. Spent a lot of time in there.
Exactly.
For real. Mr. Move the Crowd. With that, you got that branding, so I know you've been around some places. You've probably touched each coast.
Yes, sir.
But within that, can you give us some stories on where you have touched down at?
Yup, at one point in time, I actually lived in the A. I lived in Atlanta for a whole year. I want to say the year of 98. And I left around that 99 time frame. So when I was there, I was trying my best to get on. Once again, this is back during, and I still use my turntables. But this is way before Serato. Right. This is way before Serato. So I mean, I'm taking all my crates of records and everything down to the A with me.
This is the 90s.
This was the 90s.
Sure.
So vinyl, baby. Right. Vinyl crates. I think I probably had like 10, 12 crates of records. And that's just the crates. I'm not telling how many what was in that crate.
Exactly.
But I actually got to do a DJ battle through the radio station. At the time, it was Hot 97, 97.5. I believe they're 107.5 now. But they did a local DJs, and you know, the winner was actually able to get the DJ on the radio station, or like I think during the like holidays or something like that, like how we do here with our local DJs or whatever the case was. So at that time, I got to meet DJ Nabs, Frank Ski. The actual winner of the battle was JC, Ludacris's DJ. This dude was incredible. I actually came in third place, which was a blessing because, like I said, that was all vinyl back then. But JC, he won first place hands down. He brought, I want to say, like maybe 4 records, you know, 2 doubles, and he just murdered it and just destroyed it. I mean, that was my first time meeting him, and he's like, to this day, he's like one of the top DJs in the game. DJ JC, like I said, Ludacris is DJ, and then DJ Nabs is another one of my favorite DJs from the A. Right. I got to see him at a club called Kaya when I lived down there, and the way his set was, he had like a mirror over his head, so you can see his hands and see everything he was doing. I mean, I fell so in love with that. That was like the most incredible like DJ setup ever. So that was pretty dope when I lived in Atlanta.
No doubt. I also think, as I've heard, not only Philly, but Atlanta, but also LA?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I lived in LA. I was also a DJ, but I also hip hop dance too at the same time. So before I actually transitioned all the way to DJing, I was a hip hop dancer. So at that time when I moved to LA, I was going out there, you know, for more dancing gigs and stuff like that. Shout out my dance group back in the day, the Black Panthers of the Dance Floor. Slago, went to Slago, and I was in the dance group. This is 93. So this is back then when we used to battle the Imperial Preps.
Wow.
Carlos, my brother Punch, who's still doing it out there in LA. Well, Punch is in Florida now, but he done choreographed for people like Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey, some big name artists. You know, Punch is still doing it. And then
I just got through working with Buggin'.
Yeah, and Buggin' Los. Carlos, shout out Buggin' Los. So, you know, those are like my family all day long.
Shout out DJ Hype. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How do people get in touch with you, and you got any final shout outs?
For sure. One more time, DJ Hype KC913@gmail.com. 913-219-3451 is the number, and then Facebook for right now, Hakeem Atwood. I'm going to get into Snapchat, and I'm going to get into Twitter. I'm just being stubborn about social media, but I have no choice but to adapt, because you have no choice but to adapt. Also want to send a shout out to my job, Nielsen Broadcast Data. It's a music industry job. I've been with them for over 20 years. I monitor radio stations and ID the songs that I hear for the record labels. So a lot of the artists, they know about my job because they pretty much come to me when they need to get their music registered or whatnot. So it's like associated with ASCAP and everything else. So big time job. I've been there for, like say, 20 years.
Beautiful. I gotta ask, man, how did that happen, and when did that happen? I guess that's 20 years ago, of course. But how did you run across that? That's a beautiful gig.
Yeah, back in '99, partner of mine's musician's name was Diallo. And once again, this was during record vinyl era of the hip hop era. He used to always give me like the current records, like current, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, Diallo, where are you getting these records from? And he was like, my job, bro. He's like, where I work at, we monitor music. I listen to radio stations. And I was like, dude, for real? What type of job is that? So he moved to Atlanta himself. He's back here in KC. Like I say, he's in the music game with us. Musician, he plays all types of instruments and stuff like that. But at the time, he moved to Atlanta. So I remember him telling me the name of the company. So I looked in the phone book, I looked them up. And then once I found him, I took my butt straight out there, was like, hey, I heard Diallo used to work here. I heard he left. I know music. I'm a DJ. Give me a chance. And, I put my application in, passed the test, and there she wrote, that knowledge of music.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That knowledge of music.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate your support.
Oh, yeah.
DJ's Entertainment featuring DJ Hype.
That's
Mr. Move the Crowd.
I want to shout out some of my other DJ brothers like, Jock Max, Fresh. I know I'm going to forget some people, but, Soul Mud, DJ Sid, my brother DJ V behind the camera. Max Groove of this generation, Hobo Tone, Rocky Montano, Mac, Brian B. Shining, Mo Heat, Diamond Diva, Dupe, DJ Groove, who was just here a few minutes ago, Bow Down. There's so many DJs, and I don't want to forget nobody. Definitely want to shout out to DJs here in KC. We all trying to hold it down and make our city big, man, all day long.
Well, thanks, man.